Yeah.
So I'm checking them in, and they're getting separate rooms, adjoining rooms. And the very good-looking one, of course, I was very good-looking. Making conversation, and he says, "So you come to my room, we fuck." I was like, "We're not allowed to go to the guest rooms, and I get off at 12 o'clock. I'll be there at 12:02. I got to the room. The other guy was in his room. Like he might have been his fuck buddy on the ship. I don't know. I don't know what the story was. I wasn't asked. I didn't care. I just went in, and so we both started getting our clothes off. And I'm taking my pants down, and I look over, and there's the biggest one I'd ever seen in my life.
Now that's saying something.
No, I was in my early 20s.
Like I said, that was
But I was like, no, I'm sorry. I won't be able to, I can't, I'm not gonna. And he goes, what? You can't take it? I said, no, I have to be able to walk out of here. And I said, it's very nice. It's very nice. It should be behind glass with an X next to it. Break in case of emergency. It's too big. Because then you just suck it. Oh, I said, I just got new caps. Out of his fucking mind. So I said, I'm sorry, and as I'm walking out, the guy from the next room comes to the adjoining doors and looks at me like, I think that was the only one I ever turned down. Maybe that's the story, yeah. No. Anyway, working in the hotels, we used to get it all the time, switchboard. I used to work the switchboard, and the guests are crazy, and the front desk also. But you get crazy people calling. But the funniest time, when they're proven stupid twice a year, is when the clocks go back and forward. Yes! The guy calls down, and he says, I know the clocks go forward tonight, but I want to leave a wake-up call for 7 o'clock. What time will I get it? Maybe 7 o'clock. Then this guy calls down one night, he says, the clocks go back tonight, right? He said, so that means I have an extra hour to sleep. I said, if that's what you want to do with an extra hour. It kills me today when I hear people say, you know, oh, 5 years ago, I was in such good shape I could do this. I'm like, 5 minutes ago. I do things by the minute. Oh, you know, last week I was able to do this. Yeah, yesterday I was able to do that. This old age shit comes on fucking fast. Fast and furious. What else should I tell you about? Oh, I should talk about the holidays that just happened. Aren't we glad they're over?
Yes. Happy holidays.
It turns out that the suicide hotline was busier than ever this year. They got so backed up they had to go to an automated system. I was like, that's unbelievable. So I called just to see what happened. It was like, thank you for calling the suicide hotline. Un gracias comunicado a suicide. If you're thinking of killing yourself with a gun, press 1. A knife, press 2. Jumping off a bridge, press 3. I was like, this is unbelievable. So I pressed 3 to see what would happen. If you're planning to jump off the Tappan Zee bridge, press 1. The GW, press 2. For all of the bridges, please hold. My God, you can't even call the suicide hotline. Things are so crowded here. Sully Sullenberger was just on the movie was on. I watched it with the plane dive with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I was there, practically there, living there. I could have seen it. I wasn't home. If I'd been home, I would have seen it. It landed right in front of the building, and I wasn't there. I was like, wow, how often is this? When will this happen again? Lisa, you know, there's certain things in life that you know will never happen again. Remember when Bush was in, and they sent everybody a check to stimulate the economy. And I got a check for $600 from a Republican president to spend as I liked. I called my weed man so he was like, "Do you want the usual $60 of, skunk?" I'm like, no, tonight I'm spending $600. Courtesy of Bush. I spent it all on weed. That's it, because this will never happen again. It's like having a simultaneous orgasm doing 69. Once, and I'm 65. Twice for you? Yeah, that's all. You're lucky for twice.
We have a lot of walking.
I was talking about Sully.
Sully was unbelievable. Well, I mean, if I was to make that up. But the movie didn't really reflect everything that went on there. You know, they cleaned it up. They said that when it first happened, he was up there and it was like, oh my God, there we go. And the airport had said, we cleared runway 1 for you. And he said, wishful thinking. And they said, if you look to your right, you'll see Teterboro Airport. And he said, yeah, and if I had a fucking engine, I'd go there. We'll be in the Hudson River. And the passenger said he was as cool as a cucumber. They didn't know anything was wrong. He started pointing out sights as they went along. And he was like, folks, right now, if you look out your window and up, you'll see the bottom of the George Washington Bridge. There's Grant's Tomb. There's the Trump Tower. There's Circle Line. Oh, and here we've come to rest right at the Intrepid. Flight attendants, get them off. I've told people that I thought being prepared, as all these posters are telling you on the phone booths as you go along, to be prepared. Bloomberg started it, de Blasio's pushing it now. That you need to be, if there's a disaster like Sandy or an emergency, it looks like we're gonna get it, and they're not gonna be able to save you. You can tell that from the news. You better, be prepared to be on your own. So I went to Kmart and I bought a raft.
Yes.
And I live on the 14th floor. So I thought when the water gets to the 13th, I'll blow it up and go. And they said, make sure you have a flashlight, water, and I was like, these aren't the things I want on my raft. So I've got 10 fat joints. No, 9. All rolled up in plastic.
Yes, good boy.
A bottle of scotch, a bottle of vodka, a carton of Marlboro, and a pack of Newport. And sometimes after a joint, you feel like a menthol.
Yes.
I find that.
Yes. 100%.
And I figured water for the drinks will be right there.
Right?
And I brought that book that I've been meaning to read, the autobiography of Justin Bieber. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. The pictures are great. And I'll head off on my boat across the Hudson River.
Sure.
And the next thing you know, in my world, somebody that looks like Antonio Banderas is suddenly hanging on my boat. I say, I've got to warn you, I've only got weed, booze, and condoms here. And he's like, I'm ready for the ride. Well, I think that's about it.
Say it.
I need to... What's that?
Sue Simmons.
Should I do Sue Simmons at the time? Sue Simmons gives the news. We used to always see the promos. One time, Mom was sitting there, and we were watching the news together, and all of a sudden, out comes, she says something about, no, not that. Not that, I know what you're thinking. They had just came on and said, a man has given birth. The first man has given birth to a baby boy. And my mom turned to me and she said, I have officially lived too long. I mean, she was like 85. She was around 85. I called one day. I said, Mom, how are you doing? Is everything all right today? She goes, yeah. She said, I was watching the Grammy Awards. She said, and I don't know anybody. The only two I knew were Queen Latifah and Ice-T. I said, do you know how funny that sounds from an 85-year-old white woman? She goes, well, those are the two I know. Queen Latifah from Chicago and Ice-T from Law and Order. I said, okay, Mom, okay. It was so funny. What the hell was I saying?
Simmons.
Oh, Sue Simmons. So they did a promo around 4 o'clock telling you what's coming up on the news. And they thought, it turned out the explanation later was Sue Simmons thought they were taping it, but it was live. And we're both sitting there watching the TV. And all of a sudden Sue Simmons says, oh, isn't that nice? Thank you, Stephen. You know, lots of people have just trampled on it. He's a guy in New York, yes. He is.
Anyway.
4 p.m. promo. 4 p.m. promo. She's
4 p.m. promo.
Live or tape?
4 p.m. Take 5. 4 p.m. promo. And all of a sudden, Sue Simmons, she says, what the fuck are you doing? We're both staring at her. My mom looked at me and she said, thank God you're here. Nobody would ever believe I just heard that from Sue Simmons. I said it must have been a mistake. Or they'll probably explain it on the news. The news came on, they didn't say anything. Not right away. Then later they said something. We missed it and then it was in the paper the next day. They had accused Sue Simmons. Everybody was ragging on her because they said, oh, she goes out to drink between shows. Yeah, they said she used to go to Gallagher's to drink, then go back and do the show. Exactly, that's what it's about. I don't remember the punch to that at all.
You want to drink during the news.
Oh, yes.
Read the news. Hey, Nancy.
Everybody was blaming her for drinking because she drinks when she's. I'm like, she has to read the news. She should be drinking. I'm drinking when I hear the news. Come on. 13 kids kept in your basement. 3 is my personal best. I'm gonna wrap it up, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Minutes, right?
That's right.
Okay. So, what I'd like to do, Teddy boy, just sit back, enjoy your drink. Do you need more alcohol? So, what we're going to do, I think I'll just bring up people and they can all say something nice about you. And I want to make it clear to everyone, this is not a memorial. It's just like a memorial.
We have to be here for it. Nice to see it.
Oh my God.
So, Joan, do you have something you want to say to Ted?
Yes, I love you very much, and the people at work are still missing you, coming in at night with your current events. They look forward to you, it's not the same ever.
Thanks, Joan. I fell asleep twice during that. Richard Green? I'm only kidding, Joan. Very touching. Richard Green?
I wish you had worn that shirt. You know, Ted likes to joke about the fact that he's still alive.
I didn't wear it
I
tonight.
know, but it's that's
I'm not dead yet.
Right, I bought him a shirt from the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. You know, familiar with Bring Out Your Dead.
Yes.
And they all said, well, I'm not dead yet. Well, they have a T-shirt, so I got it for Ted.
You got me the T-shirt, all wrapped up in, oh my God.
Because Ted's last show was I'm Not Dead Yet.
Yeah.
After that, it was I'm not dead yet, but I'm getting closer.
I am.
I'm Richard Green. See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, Joan. Darlene Violet?
Oh, Ted, I just want to say you were the funniest person I've ever met when we started doing this 15 years ago.
Yes,
You're still the
yes.
funniest person I've ever met. I love you so much.
Okay, tell me, Joe, about being in the class with Tim. And you were...
Oh, Darlene and I were in, Darlene was also involved in Stand Up New York, and with Tim Davis.
Yes.
No, you came here with me. And we had he was very particular about stuff, he would tell you something. And one time he came in and the lesson was all about, you know, I don't believe in LPMs, laughs per minute. And then about 2 weeks later he come in and he was telling the comics, well, if you don't get 2 laughs in 60 seconds, you'll never work as a comic. So I was like, isn't that like laughs per minute then?
Yeah.
So I got up at one of the things they were doing for him. And
It was a roast.
some kind of a roast. And I got 2 big laughs in 50 seconds. I said, I'm taking the next 10 seconds off. I didn't even do the thank yous yet. Let me do the thing. Let me thank Colette, who I love, and I haven't seen her in quite a while. She's in the back. Randy. Thank you, Randy. You know, when you do a one-person show, there's no such thing as a one-person show because there's so many people really involved over the time, and to be in a place that makes you feel comfortable, like Mama's does, because of the people. Colette, Randy, Sidney Meyer. And I got a big, you know, I got this whole big start here because of people like Violene Dialet. Not right. Soon to be starring in She called Ron and she told him I was funny. She goes, put him on the pool party. She always supported me. She always put me on her shows. Caroline's, the first couple of shows. Remember the first show, Caroline's, I was so scared and so nervous. It was crazy. And I always had a great time because of, you know, there's very few people like her in the business.
Amen.
Very true. She was so supportive. She's so supportive of everybody.
Always.
And not only does she know her shit down pat, I mean, she's great. She's great. I went to see her in a Shakespeare play, and I understood it. I had never went before because I didn't like Shakespeare. I never heard it, like, until I saw her do it. So not only that, but her friendship and all the encouragement she gave for all the years. So I'm so happy that you're here. I wish you did.
Michael Brill, do you have anything to say?
I absolutely do not.
Okay. Very thoughtful of you, David.
I've said it through his act already. I've never cared for you. Dead or not dead, you still owe me $50.